Dear friends, welcome to the channel. The title of today's episode is Silence is Power, the philosophy of solitude and freedom. Have you ever wondered, when we were surrounded by people, why do we still feel too empty inside? And when we are alone, why does the heart feel so light? Because the truth is, loneliness is not a lack, it's an opportunity for the soul. Today, we will talk about a philosophy that teaches us silence is power. And this story is not just about women or men, it's about every human being who has ever felt their own presence in silence. Existentialism tells us that every individual creates the meaning of their own life. Mirabai, who left the palace walls, people said she is alone, but in truth, she was free. Or Virginia Woolf, who wrote A Room of One's Own, because she understood that solitude is the space where a woman meets her mind. Loneliness is not fear, it's a mirror. The mirror where a person sees their true self for the very first time, without roles, without masks. According to Albert Einstein, sometimes a quiet room creates more ideas than a crowded hall ever can. Nikola Tesla said, "Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born." Meaning, solitude is not weakness, it is the seed of creation. During the Great Plague, Newton returned home in isolation, and in those lonely 2 years, he developed calculus, optics, and the laws of motion. He proved that sometimes isolation gives birth to humanity's brightest ideas. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. External circumstances are not in our control, but our response always is." Think about it. So many people break when they are left alone, but some rise from that very place. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, cut off from the world, yet growing stronger within. He said, "I found freedom there." That is where Stoic philosophy comes alive. Loneliness does not weaken us, it reconnects us with our soul. The one who learns to live peacefully with himself or herself can stay free even in a crowd. According to Leonardo da Vinci, when the mind is alone, imagination becomes free. Lord Buddha himself symbolizes this truth. He left his palace, wife, and child not out of detachment but to seek the end of suffering. His solitude was not escape, it was sadhana, a spiritual practice. Sitting alone under the Bodhi tree, he realized, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Even today, if one sits quietly for a few moments, keeps the phone away, and begins to observe their thoughts, the meditation of Buddha begins again within them. Loneliness hurts when we are running away, but once we pause, that same pain turns into peace. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Trust thyself." To trust your own soul is the highest form of wisdom. Swami Vivekananda spent long silent days in meditation at Baranagar Mutt and the Himalayas before he went to Chicago. He said, "The greatest religion is to be true to your own nature." He believed self-knowledge arises only when we learn to live with ourselves. Living among people is easy, but understanding yourself while being alone, that is the real penance. The Sufi poet Rumi said, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear." He believed that in solitude, a person speaks directly with God. Rabia Basri, the great Sufi mystic, lived her life with only a lamp and her love for the divine. People said, "She is alone," but she replied, "I am not alone, I am with God." Similarly, Adi Shankaracharya said, "Brahma is the only truth, the world is illusion," meaning solitude frees us from Maya, illusion, and connects the soul to Brahma, the ultimate truth. Loneliness is that sacred place where a person does not find himself or herself. He or she finds the divine. History's witness, every deep thought, every art, every revolution was born in solitude. Vincent van Gogh came close to the madness in his loneliness, but in those same nights he painted Starry Night. Mahatma Gandhi, alone in South Africa, experimented with truth, and those experiments changed the world. So perhaps loneliness is not something bad. It is a gift of life, and not everyone receives it. When a woman accepts her solitude, she stops being someone's shadow. She becomes light herself. When a man looks within, he no longer seeks power. He begins to understand compassion. Loneliness is the womb where the soul gives birth to freedom. So next time you find yourself in silence, don't be afraid. Just listen, because perhaps that silence has come to introduce you to yourself. Dear friends, if this video touched your heart, please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments what topic would you like for the next episode. I'm Dr. Rizwan. See you in the next episode. Thank you so much.